starting off with the modern witch tarot deck because this is the closest in artwork to the Rider-Waite system of the tarot deck. Like this is the closest to the original one. Now this is a whole tarot deck. A whole tarot deck, 78 cards, and 78 cards of the tarot. It is to two different halves. So the tarot is divided two different halves. There is a major arcana, which is the smaller portion of the deck, and then there's the minor arcana, which is the larger portion of the deck. So remember, it's the opposite. The minor is more and the major is lesser in size. So the major arcana usually has either 21, 22 or 24 cards. It depends on people to people, like who created the deck. Like they sometimes add some extra cards for flair. So it depends on that. So this is what the major arcana looks like. We're going to discuss a little bit of the major arcana today because we don't have time for the minor arcana. But I'll just give you information. The minor arcana is also divided into four different halves, which is the suit of wands, the suit of cups, the suit of swords, and the suit of pentacles. So it's like playing cards, right? So the playing cards have different like hearts, spades, and all of those. This also has different suits in the minor arcana. So the minor arcana usually deals with more details, more nuances, more information, like more detailed information. And the major arcana of the tarot deals with big life events or big archetypes. So what are archetypes? Every human, according to Carl Jung, has 12 archetypes, in which 4 is shared by every single person, and the remaining everybody has different archetypes. So archetypes would be kindness. Maybe a person is a really kind person. Maybe it's maybe teacher is an archetype, so someone who teaches. A healer is an archetype, so someone who heals. A builder, someone who creates something. A destroyer, someone who creates a lot of destruction and chaos in their path. So everybody has a bunch of archetypes. So this deals with that. This shows us like this is like a mirror into our personality. Now, I'm not going to tell you the meanings of these cards. I'm telling you the story of the major arcana, what the story is, because it's super interesting. Now, the Fool is the first card in the tarot. This is equivalent to the Joker in playing cards. So this is the Fool. It's always numbered as the 0 card because the major arcana is the Fool's journey. The major arcana is the Fool's journey through life. So this is the card of new beginnings. This is where the Fool has walked out of his or her house. We don't read genders in tarot, so we don't read this is a man, this is a woman. We read energies like divine feminine and divine masculine. So this is the Fool who has left the house, ready to embark on a new journey. So this is like a beginning of a cycle. Then we have the Magician. So when we begin a cycle, there's always this thing that we want to manifest, right? Maybe you've begun a cycle where you're looking for love. You've begun a cycle where you're looking for a new job. You've begun a cycle where you're looking for change in your life. Just something you're trying to manifest into your life, something you're trying to create into your life. So the Fool has reached this point right after he's come out of this house where he's like, you know, maybe my life is boring right now. I want to start something new. I want to begin a new cycle for whatever the purpose may be. So this is that energy. This is the energies of manifesting something, trying to manifest something, which is why it's also the number 1 card. Then we have the High Priestess, which is the first archetype of the divine feminine. With your psychic abilities, this deals with your intuition. This deals with your connection to your divine feminine, right? So your emotions, your intuition, your gut feeling, even Akashic records. So when the Fool has reached here, the Fool has come to a sense where he's really excited because he's like, you know, I want to manifest, and I know that my manifestation has to go into the universe first. So the High Priestess kind of teaches the Fool how to manifest. The High Priestess gives him an intro to manifestation, kind of a class, if that makes sense. So this is those energies. Once the Fool has learned a few manifestation tricks, he feels empowered. He or she feels really empowered. And then we reach the Empress. So now they're abundant. They know that they can manifest whatever they want. They know they can achieve whatever they want. They know that they're magical beings. So this is the energy of recognizing your power, recognizing that you are in power and empowered. So that is the Empress. Then we have the first divine masculine in the tarot, which is the Emperor. So the Emperor is more like CEO, more like entrepreneur, boss energies. This is the leader. This is someone who is going to pave the way. This is someone who's going to lead his army, lead his people. So the Fool is, weaving his dreams. After he's recognized that he is in power, he is trying to understand how to execute his power. He's understanding how to lead people, how to come into a leadership position, how to take charge of his life. So that is the archetype of the Emperor. Then we have the Hierophant, which is next. So the Hierophant is maybe me and you archetype. So I am teaching, like I teach tarot. So Emperor is the card of maybe a teacher, maybe learning something new, maybe it's some sort of discipline, it's some sort of tradition, right? So like a student teacher's relationship is pretty traditional. This is also the card of marriage, so it does signify marriage also in some cases. So now the Fool, maybe he wants to manifest the job of his dreams. So now is the Fool trying to take a business class so that he can pursue his dream of becoming an entrepreneur. He's taking a business management class, maybe an economics class, or maybe something the Fool is trying to learn and prepare so that he can utilize this in the future. So this is the Lovers. So the Lovers is a card of course, finding love, first of all. And second, this is also the card of divine partnerships of some sort. So, maybe in the business management class, the Fool found someone who shares the same morals, same ideas, and then they decide we're going to start a business together. Or they decide they want to join the same company, or they decide that they can help each other in the future in some way or the other. This could mean that, this could also mean that the Fool is finding love also. So this is the archetype of the Lovers. Then we have the Chariot.
And what is the number of this card?
The Lovers is our card number 5. Yes. Oh, 6. Sorry, my bad. 5 is the Hierophant. It's the 6th. Okay. So then we have the Chariot. So the Chariot is fast, action-packed energy, right? So you can see that she's on the bike, right? So this is taking action. Now is the time where the Fool has to walk till the company he wants to join and give an interview, right? There is a lot of things that go behind the scenes when you're filling out the forms, when you're sending in your application. Those are actions, but not big actions, right? But this is the big action where you actually have to get out of bed and go to the company and give the interview. So this is the Fool getting out of bed, taking an action to go one step closer towards his goals, be it whatever they are. Then we have the Strength. So after the interview has been given by the Fool for a new company, a new position, you have a period of waiting. Even if it's about getting into a relationship, right? There's always a period of waiting before which you can express yourself, or there's a period of waiting before which you get a call back from the company that, we want you to join, or we want you to come in. So that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength from a person's end to wait for that. So this is the Strength card. So Strength is the waiting game that we have in this story of the Fool. Then we have the next card, which is the Hermit. So Hermit would like to best give a description would be us. Because of the pandemic, everybody was at home, everybody had time to themselves. Some people picked up new habits, some people got rid of old habits, some people even moved places, got stuck somewhere. But the main thing being, you were isolated from the world, you were pretty alone, even if you were with family. So the Hermit is those kind of energies, being isolated, being alone. But since you're alone, you have a lot of time to think because you are alone with your own thoughts. So the Hermit deals with that. So the Fool is being asked to think whether his job application where he applied is really what he wants from life, or the person that he's met, whether that person is really what they want from life. If this is what you want, if you're ready to give it all. So this is your mind games, your mental fortitude. This takes a lot of mental strength when you go deep within. And this is also like the card of shadow work, so healing your shadow, healing negative aspects of yourself. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune, according to me, is the blessings and lessons card. So we learn lessons in life and then we get blessings. So to give you an example, maybe you've had one after the other really toxic relationships in your life, and those have been lessons, because the universe has sent you these people so that you can learn lessons. Maybe you're attracted to certain type of people and they turn out to always break your heart, so you're supposed to learn that that is maybe not your type. Maybe you need someone who's stable, maybe you need someone who's secure, or you always do jobs that are maybe startups, and then you realize that the work ethic is not something that you really like, or maybe you realize you don't want to do like a government job because you feel it's really laid back and you don't enjoy it as much. Just any archetype, right? You learn a lesson and then the universe rewards you with the blessings after that, right? So first you learn lessons, then you get the blessings. So this is the lessons and blessings card. The motto of this card also is change is the only constant in our life, meaning that everything is going to change. All cycles will end and begin. So like, if you have a bad day today, don't carry it to the next day, because the next day can have the capabilities of entirely changing your life. So that is the lessons and card. Then we have the Justice. So Justice, if I had to rename the Justice card, it would be called Karma, just plain and simple. So what happens with the Karma is whatever energies you send out into the universe, you're going to get them back. So if you're mean to someone, if you're rude to someone, if you break someone's heart, if you cheat on someone, if you betray someone, those energies will always come back to you. Always. And if you're kind to someone, if you do things out of the goodness of your heart, if you're loving, caring, compassionate towards other people, you will bring those energies back to you also. So this is the Karma card. So the Fool maybe is experiencing certain blockages in his life, or is maybe experiencing certain manifestations coming into his life. That's all because of his past energies. So if the Fool has been good, he's got good vibes coming in. If he's been a bad person, he's got bad vibes coming in. So karma usually works like that, of course. So the Justice card has those energies. Once this happens, once the Fool is either thrown a curveball by life and gets a blockage, gets maybe into something else, this is now where the slightly negative or slightly darker aspects of people start from this card, which is the Hanged One, right? So the Hanged One is not itself very dark. The cards after this is slightly darker, but this is where it starts. The Fool feels a lot of pressure. The Fool feels that, okay, maybe why hasn't this girl or guy replied to my messages? Why hasn't my job, like the interview I gave, why haven't they called me back? So this is when you get too close to a situation, you start obsessing over something, you become you become so close to situation that you can't see clearly. When you reach that pass, when you reach that impasse, this is the Hangman energies. Like, take some time aside, put yourself on a break, take yourself out of that situation, even if it's for an hour, even if it's for a day. Like, take yourself out of a stressful situation so that you can change your perspective. So the Fool is being asked to change his perspective at the moment before advancing further, before making more mistakes or making more impulsive decisions in life.